Hi everybody, this is Tanya Veit from AAEglass.com. Hi guys. Today we are going to do a Dichro design project, and it is called Dichro Design. There you go. This is a free video that I'm doing for the community. If you are joining me for the first time, I have about 60 of these, paid and free, on the internet, and some of these classes that are free are, very detailed and about 2 hours long. So you can go to the website AAEglass.com. Education Center, which is on the home page, and take a click over there and you will see. But I did promise everybody a Dichro by Design video, so this is not going to be a super long project, but I think it's good because this can get a little bit complicated, this reverse etching. Something I did years ago, and I tried to teach it to a class one time and everybody was very confused, so now I think I've come up with a way to show you. But what's really cool about these pendants is that they're all very unique, and everybody could be doing this and have their own flair and come up with it. So for free videos, we do not have multiple camera angles. And we do not edit these free videos because, hey guys, they're free and it costs money to do all that. So I just rock and roll, and you guys can pause and skip and do whatever you like. But if you are in our education center, you will see glass fusing videos from world-renowned instructors. These are paid classes online, and those are filmed professionally with a videographer and chapter viewing and all that good stuff. So I just want to make that point clear that these are not professionally filmed, the free ones. Okay. Besides that, what do you guys need for this? All right, so a lot of you guys probably already have these supplies. So let's take a look at some of the things that you will need. First of all, you will need these fantastic etching stickers. I'm actually under a tarp right now, guys. The glare was so bad on the Dichro, on unfired Dichro, that I had to build a little tent and put myself in it. So I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of fun. But these etching stickers, we have over 100 designs on the website. You can pick any of the ones that you like to do this. And we're gonna do some freehand too with some Sharpies. But you do have over 100 designs to choose from, and they are very inexpensive, and one sheet will last you a long time. So you'll need these. These are under etching stickers. You can check that out right here. I'll show you how to get there. Shop, fusing supplies, etching stickers. Boom, there you go. So we'll use these. Okay. I highly suggest that you watch this whole video before you buy these, though, so you can see how I use them, because most of them will work, but some of the really detailed, finer ones will be difficult. So I would wait until you watch this. We also need some Etch-All etching cream. I like this stuff the best, and make sure you have some gloves handy, some latex, not latex, what are those called? You know, the disposable blue gloves that they wear in hospitals that freak everybody out. Make sure you have that, because you don't want the stuff on your skin. It won't give you instant burning, but it'll definitely feel irritated after about 10 minutes. But, you know, you don't want to wipe this. Don't want to put this in your food. You don't want to swallow this. Don't put your nose up to sniff it. And a bottle of this will last you a long time. On the Etch-All bit here, there's a myth going around that the etching cream turns a brown color, that it's no longer good. That's not true. That's not a true statement or a true myth or whatever. But so it comes out, starts as white, but it's actually your environment, the heat. Also the UPS trucks, if they're delivering your stuff and there's heat in there, it turns it brown, but it's just as effective. And this is straight out of the manufacturer's mouth, so we'll hold them responsible. But I've been doing that for a long time. So brown etching cream is okay. That's probably the first thing you go, huh, I didn't know that. You also need a sticker picker. You will kick yourself if you don't have one of these. These are also on the website, AAEglass.com. And yeah, they're very, very cheap, but you need it to, it's kind of like a weeding tool to get the sticker parts out. Don't try to use your fingernails, you'll go nuts. And you also will need some thin bullseye black glass, and you will need some Dichroic. So here's what I'm doing with the Dichro. I will make a list for you guys and show you the ones that I'm using. We are huge Dichroic distributors, so we do have them all there, but you generally want to stick with the thin Dichro and the smooth. You could use some patterns, that's no problem. And I will leave a list for those of you on our newsletter list. I'll have a list on there for you as well. So anyways, I'll give you a list. We don't need to go through all this. We just want to rock and roll. And I'm sure you're sick of staring at this picture right here. Okay, so we're gonna do 3 projects today. And we're gonna start easy, and then we're gonna go medium, and then we're gonna go harder. Please, after the easy one, you might go, oh, no, that's not great. That's nothing big, but I gotta, what's that saying? How's that saying go? You have to crawl before you walk. So stick around, guys, and watch the rest, because if you turn it off after this project, you're gonna think, oh, that's not so great, but you're gonna miss something that is so great. So here we go. All right, first one we will do will be a splatter dichroic. Now I'm using black back dichroic, and I'm using splatter because this is basically looks already etched for you. The black parts right here have no dichroic on them, and then this has dichroic here. Obviously you can see that, okay? So we're just gonna start this for the exercise to give you the basic premise of what is going on here, all right? So I'll show you a finished piece. There you see with the multicolors, pretty cool. This is 3 layers here. All right, everybody, every single pendant that I make with this technique is 3 layers. 3 layers of thin glass. What makes a perfect fuse? What does glass want to be? 1/4 inch thick, which is 6 millimeters, and I'm going to use thin dichroic. That's mostly what is available, and so I got to have 3 layers because each piece of thin glass is 2 millimeters thick. So 2, 4, 6 millimeters. We'll try it again. 2, 4, 6 millimeters. I'm going to have a black thin base. I'm going to use black splatter glass for the second layer. And then the third layer has to be clear dichroic, okay? I'm only using the splatter because it has these black parts, which is very important to the technique. And then we'll get into the stickers and do some hand detail work. All right, so 3 layers. If you didn't, if all that went over your head, just do 3 layers of thin glass, okay? All right, so I've got my base here, and then it doesn't have to be black, but it does have to be thin. So I like to use black because it has a nice contrast on the edges. And then my second layer is going to be black back dichroic, and my third layer is going to be clear back dichroic. Here is how it's going to go. Okay, here's how it's going to go. Your the dichroic sides of the glass are going to be dichro facing up the entire time, all right? So obviously, the black, that's the easy part. That's obviously gonna be up because you don't wanna etch that and hide that, so that's ridiculous. So dichro up, and then you have the clear dichroic. So it's very, very important that the dichro side is up. So it should be up and away from this piece right here. So I want you to think up, up, and away, like Superman, okay? Up, up, and away. Up, up, away from each other. No dichro towards each other. If you have the dichro on the wrong side and you try to fuse these 2 together, there could be some parts that repel because dichro does not fuse to dichro. So how do you tell? Very easy trick to do is to turn that piece over, use a piece of black. Black is the best. You could use black construction paper, whatever. And you're going to put this, your clear dichro, right on top of the black. Guys, this is going to be extremely difficult to see on camera. I'm literally under a tarp right now, trying to get as much glare as I can off of this, and I still have it on there. So yeah, I'm under a tent, guys. I'm in the trenches here, and I had to turn the lights off also. But take your sticker picker tool, and we'll try to get close to the camera. It's going to be very difficult to see. And you're going to put your tool against the dichroic, okay? Now, the dichroic is like a mirror-like image, okay? This is just basically thin clear. It is thin clear bullseye glass with a metal oxide coating that is in different colors. That makes the dichroic design. So you're going to see a reflection of the tip of the pen tool. Now, I'll try to get as best I can. See how there's a reflection of that pen tool there? All right, now, if the point is touching, if it's point to point, in other words, in the reflection, if you can see that the points are touching, that meaning the point of the tool, that is the dichroic side of the glass, okay? Let's flip it over and see what we get here. If you can still see the mirror reflection, but there's actually a space between the 2 points. Points being the tool and the reflection of the tool. Point being this point, the end of the point. There's a space there. That means that that's the clear side of the glass, right? All right. So you want the points touching. All right, if you work with a, a pencil or a Sharpie, it doesn't matter. You're going to see your fingernail would work, okay? There's a reflection of your fingernail here, and if the fingernail is touching, the images are touching, then that means it's the dichro side of the glass. If there's a space there, that space is the actual depth of the clear side of the glass that you're on, okay? Everybody kind of has their own thing. A skewer works well too. Let's see if we can get that on. Oh, that looks better. See the reflection? And the reflection and the actual item, the points here are touching. That means I'm on the right side of the glass. All right. I feel like I just kind of beat that to death, didn't I? All right, but it takes what it takes. Okay, so now don't worry about this base right now. That's just fine. And then we've got our dichro right here, second layer. This is done. Now, the second and third project, we're etching our own, both layers, but I want to give you the basics of this. The third layer is your clear dichroic up, up, and away. Now, what I want you to do is take a Sharpie. Everybody should have the big fat Sharpie, which is the bullet tip, okay? And then you should have the fine point for harder areas, and you can even have just the regular Sharpie, which is just fine. In their supply kits here, okay? So what you want to do is, guys, to do the reverse etching, okay, stay with me here. What you want to do is put your dichroic up, up, and away from each other, and you can see through the bottom. Now, I guarantee you cannot see this on camera, and I am under a tarp, so you're gonna have to trust me on this. But what you wanna do is you wanna color in with the black Sharpie, you wanna color in the black parts of the glass underneath, meaning these, the black parts, not the dichro. Stay away from that, the black parts, okay? What the Sharpie does is, this is an actual mask for the etching cream. The etching cream removes the dichroic and leaves an image in dichroic on the glass, okay? So by putting the Sharpie on here, this is an actual mask. This will block the etching cream. So by going on the black parts of the glass, your dichroic design, if you fill in the black parts of the glass on the piece on top, the dichroic design that will be left will be the opposite of right here, okay? Now, it seems confusing. Don't freak out. Here's what I'm going to say to you. I want you to remember this, okay? Ready? Black on black. Dun, 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 dun. I want my dichro back. Oh, no. Remember that song? It's from the 70s. Come on. I tried to come up with this. Ready? Black on black. Black on black. So in other words, what you're doing is you are coloring the black parts that you can see underneath on the black dichroic, okay? Black on black. So if there's black parts here, they should be colored up here black, okay? Black. Black on black. So you're not covering up the dichro. Black on black. Dun, 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 dun. I want my dichro back. See, I just wanted to sing that too. So every time you get confused, I want you to sing that in your head. Black on black, all right? So what I'm going to do, though, is it's very hard to see the dichroic. Let's do it just on a piece of clear, thin glass so you can see. Everybody, listen. Listen to Tanya. When I tell you, you're not using clear glass. I'm just showing this for demonstration purposes in the video. So if you weren't really listening up till now would be a good time to listen. So what I'm going to do real quick, I'm just going to use a thin piece of clear so you can see the concept of what I'm doing, all right? And this should be, I mean, we are as close as we could go with the camera. So on your big screens, your desktops or your laptops, this should be a quite superimposed image of my fingers and all this good stuff. Okay, so the point is this. We are pretending that this is the dichroic glass. I'm just using the clear to show you because there's no glare, okay? So check it out. See the black, so here's the black dichroic. What I want to do is put that clear dichroic on top, and I want you to go black is black, okay? In other words, color the black areas, okay, that you can see underneath. Color the black areas that you can see underneath. Again, this is just clear glass, guys. So I'm going to use my fat Sharpie to make this quicker. This is just clear glass. I'm just showing you because it's impossible to see, and I've tried everything for 4 hours now. Just can't get that. Dichro is too shiny. So what I'm doing is using that guide underneath, and I'm coloring in the black parts, okay? You're not coloring on the Dichro, you're coloring on the piece that's over it and tracing the black underneath. You are tracing the black underneath, okay? Leaving that little spot. I like to use the fat marker so I can do this quickly. I don't, the fine tip is good to get into some tricky areas, like right there. Let's turn this, okay? And I'm gonna, I've got a kind of a tricky area right there. These are small little things here. All right. And then, so I color in the black, okay? Don't color in the wrong thing here. I'm coloring in, I'm covering the black. That's the opposite of what's underneath, isn't it? Okay, can you guys see that? Now that's just on clear glass. So let me go ahead and do this. We're gonna speed the camera up and I'm gonna put a piece of clear Dichro, which it should be, and I can see it here, but you can't see it there, but just watch me do this, okay? So I'm gonna color in black on black marker on top of the black marks that you see underneath the glass. Follow the design perfectly, okay? Follow that design. If you don't understand the reverse, if it's not popping into your head yet, remember the Sharpie is a mask. It's going to block out the etching cream, okay? By going black on black and mimicking the black parts underneath, okay? What's going to happen is I'm going to etch this entire piece of glass with the etching cream, and it's not going to etch through the Dichro on the black parts, okay? So we're masking that. So that means on the third layer of glass, all these pieces that are black right here, which is just the glass and no Dichro, they will be etched on the third layer here. I hope that makes sense, everybody. Just go black on black. You've got to do it a few times. That's why I like the splatter glass to practice. Get the black splatter rainbow one to practice, because before we start getting the stickers and you doing your own design, it gets pretty tricky. So do this a couple times. This is just a 1-inch pendant. Do it a couple times so you are able to have it resonate, have it click, and then you can go on to the more difficult stuff, all right? So let me show you what that looks like after we etch it. I'm gonna tilt this up because I'm having a hard time seeing now myself. Plus I'm yapping away. Make sure you have a nice brand new Sharpie, one that's not fading, because the fade, you want it to be nice and blacked out. Black on black. Black, and then color in the black, what you see underneath. Now, this brings up a good point. Some of the dichroic coatings are very heavy. Dichroic coating is just layers and layers of metal oxides and coloring, okay? Now, colors like silver or rainbow 2 or emerald green, they have a lot of coating on there. And also, you will not be able to see through to the bottom piece. So I'm gonna leave you guys some notes on some of the stronger dichroics. You wanna stay away from them. You won't be able to see underneath to color in the black parts. Okay, guys, I hope that makes sense for you. All right, so just black on black, black on black. And you're like, why does she keep on saying it? You'll see, because I've taught this before several times and people lose their minds. So black on black, okay? And then let your mind, let it register, and it will come to you, all right? So now, I don't bother cleaning my glass before I etch because I'm just gonna clean it again, all right? So don't worry about your fingerprints and all that. So we've got this is layer number 1, layer number 2, layer number 3. So what I'm going to do is put my gloves on. I'm not gonna wear them for the video because I just don't want to, but you guys put your gloves on because I just don't want to. That's a great answer, because I just don't want to, all right? Now, you're gonna take, this is just a barbecue skewer that you can get from the grocery store, pack of 100 of them, very inexpensive, and I'm just putting a thin layer of etching cream on, okay? Just a thin layer is all it takes. Go to the sides. Now, while this is etching, that black marker right there is gonna block it out, and it will be the opposite of what's underneath, and that's why it looks so cool. I want you to set your phone timers to 3 minutes and 30 seconds, okay? I have come up with a time that will work with all the dichroics that you use. Just 3 minutes and 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Set it, it's going right now. After 3 minutes and 30 seconds, you're going to wash this off in the sink, okay? So let's let 3 minutes and 30 seconds go by. Okay guys, so what I've done now is I've taken the piece to the sink, And I've rinsed off the etching cream, and rinse it off really well. You don't want any residue on here. And then I've cleaned my pieces with a half alcohol, half water solution. That's what we use here in the studio to clean our pieces. Half alcohol, isopropyl, and water, okay? And then I've given a good cleaning at all of them, okay? Because we want to make sure there's none of that etching residue on there. So as you can see, we've got a nice etch. Let me just show you on a piece of black so we can see. Now, get that glare off there. There we go, okay? So I had a little bit left over right here on the edge, which I'm totally fine with that. That's cool with me. So make sure you bring your cream over to the bring your cream over to the edges. Also, 3 minutes, 30 seconds. That will work for like 95%. And if it needs a little bit longer, then it needs a little bit longer, but just 3 minutes, 30 seconds should be good. Okay, so now watch this. Fits like a glove, guys. There's layer 1, which is your base, thin. Layer 2 is black Dichro thin. And layer 3, look at that, fits like a glove, okay? Clear Dichroic. So now it probably is all clicking and making sense. So I take the clear Dichroic, I put it on top, and I trace the black parts that are showing on the second layer. This is actually the opposite. And what happens is you etch Dichroic, the black marker acts as a mask where you traced, and it blocks it so the cream does not etch it. And then look at that, it fits together just like a glove. And then you have a 3-layer piece with really cool depth. Now, I will show you a cool way to finish this up for a nice clear coating on top. And it's not a piece of clear glass. If you put a piece of clear glass on top, it will give it more depth, but it does also mute the Dichro, so I don't really like to do that. And especially with some of the lighter Dichros, like I really love Mixture and I really love the Sunset Blend, but they're a little bit lighter, so if you put a piece of clear glass on top, like let's say you ditched the base and just went layer 1, layer 2, and then had a piece of clear on top, you could do that. This is thin clear, okay? This is thin clear. You could do that. But the problem is that it's on the lighter Dichroics, it really tones these down and it's hard to see. So I like to go black base, black Dichroic, clear Dichroic, and I will show you what to do to finish these up. And it also gives you a very nice clear coat, and then it also gives you a super cool, like I call it super sparkle, all right? So let's go ahead and we're going to grab a red enamel sifter and just plain old bullseye clear powder, 1101, and we're going to sift a very thin layer of powder over our pieces before we put them in the kiln, all right? So we will do that last. We'll do them all together because I believe in streamlining, but let's get on to a harder one of the reverse etching, everyone. Okay, project number 2, doing the reverse etching technique with the black on black. What the heck is she saying? I'm talking about marking your black marker over the black parts of the glass. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do a double etch, 2 layers of etching with our own flair. This is where the stickers come in. We have so many designs of stickers, guys, and all you have to do is go to AAEglass.com, okay? You can get your etching cream there, you can get your stickers there, you can get your sticker picker there, you can get your thin glass there, you know, and also if you order over $200, you get free shipping, so that's kind of cool. All right, so this is one of my favorites. This is why I wanted to do this one. We'll get that glare off of there. This is 3 layers, but look how it's blue on the bottom and it's that nice cyan and copper on the top. So the glass that I'm using for this is actually Target Rainbow 1 on black, okay? I love this a lot. I love the Target Rainbow. Our Target Rainbow always sits in inventory because I don't think people realize what that is. So it's the same thing as Rainbow 1 coating. We're using CBS Dichroic because it's absolutely the best. And you know, when you do a Target Rainbow, the dark blue is on the outer edges of the sheet. We get it in huge 19-inch rounds, and then you cut it up. So what I like about that is sometimes when you order Rainbow 1, you do not have a choice when a company sends you order a 4x4 and you could get the all dark blue part. And I, as a jewelry artist, when I used to sell and buy, I used to be like, oh, I love this glass, but I'm always getting the dark blue part. So the Target Rainbow, it targets from the center, the red, the cyan, then going into the gold and the teal and the blue tones with a dark blue on the very outer edge. So every piece you get is wonderful. So I love Target Rainbow Black. This will be in the newsletter and then also your supply list. All right, so I've got a nice shape right here. How I got that was I'm a big fan of doing shapes that I don't see a lot out there, okay? And I always use the shaping templates. This one I happen to have a drafting template. Guys, I'm quite sure that I got this from Michael's years and years and years ago. We've got some great jewelry shaping templates on the website that are fantastic. They're very big sellers for us, but I kind of wanted this triangle here. So yeah, I'll give you guys a link to all the jewelry shaping templates. But basically, here's the beauty of thin glass also. I'm not even sure that's the one that I use. Oh, here it is. I'm sorry, my bad, my bad. That looks like about it. No, is that it? Yeah. Okay, so the beauty with thin glass is, watch how easy it is to cut. So I'm going to use this template right here. It's a drafting template. This is a piece of scrap glass that's thin black. And I'm going to draw a Sharpie on here. Now, you might not be able to see it, but I can easily see it because this is true black, the glass, and then you can see the Sharpie probably on camera, but it's very easy to see right in front of you. And so one of the things that's great about thin glass is you can just take your cutter, go on the outside, and just break it with your hands. Make sure you have safety glasses on, everybody. You can get, I'm going to cut a half circle on the next one, and I don't even need to, it's impossible to do with standard glass, but with thin, it's really cool. All right, so there's that. So there's my base, same thing as project one. And I've already pre-cut these for time's sake. And then I have my Target Rainbow Black for my second layer. I use a ton of that, guys. And then my third layer is the cyan stripes. Love this color. Been using it for years. Black and clear. Get black and clear. It's awesome. You get nice gradient tones of the warm color palette. Love this glass, okay? It's love it. I never see it out there, and I love it. Now, I know that this is my first layer. I know that that's my second layer, and which side is the dichro side? We're going to be etching both layers this time. The first one we did, the splatter glass, that was already done for us, but now not this, okay? So I got to find out which side is the dichro side. If you etch the wrong side of the glass, do not freak out. Don't panic. You're the only one that knows it. Just go and wash it off. How will you know? Because there'll be no image there. It'll just be glass, all right? So you can't tell by putting it on another piece of dichro. That's very deceiving. Use the black glass and see which side the dichro's on, okay? So I'm checking that out. I'm checking that out. You will just get used to it after a while. But let's do the pen trick that I taught you. So we're going to go ahead and put this on here. There's a reflection of the sticker picker tool. There you go. Can you guys see that? I can see it on my camera shot right here. And I see the reflection and the points, the reflection, the points of the tool are touching, okay? That means it's the dichro side of the glass. Let me show you. All right? There's the reflection's always there. The reflection doesn't go away, but there's a space because this is the glass side of the glass. This is the clear glass. The coating is on the other side. It's like a mirror finish, and you can see the points are touching. That's it, okay? All right, I don't bother to clean these now. I don't have to do that because we're gonna etch and clean the heck out of these anyway, okay? All right, let's get to the etching now. Everybody, put your thinking caps on and let's rock this. All right, let's bring this finished piece back into the mix just so you can see what we're going to do. We've got some fantastic swirls right here, very ornate, and I wish you guys could see this in person. As always, Dichroic never shoots or films as, you know, to capture the real depth and beauty. But so we've got these swirly patterns, which I've done with the stickers on one layer, and then on top there's another layer, and then we have that dusting on top, which I'm still going to show you at the end, okay? All right, so just kind of remind you what we're going for here. So this means that we are going to, let me get my, you're not supposed to see those black lines, guys. That's my spot, okay? That's my don't go past this line for filming spot. Okay, here we go. So there's my base. And then I've picked my colors, which will be listed in the newsletter, and then we'll also put them on the website too. Okay, so let's get this out of here. We don't need that. But instead of, now we don't have splatter glass here with black parts, do we? So now what we have to do is create our own design. You guys are going to have a blast with this, okay? So we're gonna use this swirly durly sticker. It's not called swirly durly. I don't know. I don't know the number of it. It's on the website. And I'm going to create my own design. So the sticker picker, you just want to shove it underneath there and then pick up the stickers. These are outline stickers, and there's a lot of little parts. This is one of my favorite because it has kind of larger parts right here. And I'm just going to create a design with that right here on the glass. Now you guessed it. Why am I doing this? Well, it's because that's a mask. That is a mask, and that's going to block out the etching cream, and whatever's exposed is going to be removed from the etching cream and leave it black. Why? Because the glass is black, okay? But this is going to be protected. So that means this dichroic coating right here is going to be protected. So the design that's going to come out is this swirl. So whatever sticker design you put on your black back dichroic, that's what's going to be shown in dichroic after you etch and wash it off. Many of you know this. I've been doing jewelry for a long time, but we do have some new I always have new viewers that come on, so we're gonna have to review the basics here. And so I wanna just kind of make a design that I like. And no, the stickers are not reusable, but they're cheap. You could do tons of pendants on one sheet, and I think they're like $2.95 or something like that. I hate saying prices on when I'm doing these videos because I never ever get it right. But it's right around there, $2.95, maybe $3.25. Okay, so this is a lot of dichroic to take away. Okay, so I don't really want to do that. I want to preserve some more of this. So I'm going to put a little bit more. And let's see, what else do I like? Oh, this little heart's cute right here. So let's do that. That's a cute little thing. All right, let's put that right. You guys can't see. I'm filming and watching this at the same time. There's a nice little heart right there. Okay, and how about, oh, that's gonna be cute. Now, remember, on the next layer, we have to black out the parts that are black on here, right guys? We're gonna black out with a marker what's black on here after etching. After etching, okay? Very important. You won't be able to see it otherwise. So you don't want to put anything too intricate here. If you put, little polka dots like right down here of stickers, that's not going to be a design you want to do. How are you going to black it out, nicely with your Sharpie? You'll see what I'm saying. It's going to happen to somebody sooner or later. But this is going to be cute. I think I'm going to actually, I don't keep any of my demo video stuff. None of it, guys. It's in boxes. I donate some to some women's groups. Whatever people ask me, I give it away. So that's a big waste of that sticker right there. So I'm just going to rip this off. You can always just put them back, and I think that we'll put another little swirly. Don't make sure it's not so complicated that you can't color in the areas on the next layer. Okay. And I need something right there. You know I do. You know I do. How about the little... They've got some cute little paisleys on here. Let me go with the little paisley guy. You would never be able to pick that up, guys, with your fingernail. You got to have the sticker picker. It's the absolute best. I think we'll go like that. Make sure your stickers are down. Okay, now if you put your next layer on, this is a very, very important tip. And you try to color through, you can see the gold stickers, but the gold looks like dichro. It's very confusing. So I want you to etch one layer at a time. Now let me tell you something. I have been chemical etching dichroic for 13 years, and I did it wrong 3 times in a row the other day because I was trying to hurry and etch both at the same time. So I was trying to color in, but this was really confusing me, and 3 times I had a lot of stuff on my mind. I did it wrong. And so I will say this, if I do it wrong, you might do it wrong. So heed my warning. I want you to etch layer by layer until you get used to seeing it. And then I did 6 or 7, and then I didn't have to do that. But once you get awesome, you can just put your next piece right on top and start coloring. But let's do it this way first, because you want to see the black on black. You've got to see the black parts in order to see them through your next piece. Because why? Black on black. You want your Dichro back, oh no. What can I do? What is it? 'Cause I'm feeling blue. Something like that, right? Something like that. My parents were huge music lovers. They used to dance around with me all the time. Probably why I'm so, I think outgoing is a good word for it. I think I might be a little toned down today. I'm kind of tired today. I had a long week, but all right. So this is etching. 3 minutes, 30 seconds. 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Okay, 3:30. We'll write it right on there for you. Set your phones and wait. What we're waiting for is the etching cream to remove the dichroic where it's exposed. And that would not be where the stickers are, correct? So we want this to be nice and black. Now some dichros will etch very, very, very quickly. Target Rainbow one etches very quickly, and I'll tell you a secret, you can probably get it off in 1 minute and 30 seconds, but I just wanted to come up with a blanket time for all the dichroic that I use. So yeah, but anyway, so, and then these stickers are masking. So let's go ahead and let it do its job. Then we're gonna rinse it off very thoroughly, and don't let your stickers go down the sink drain. They can plug up the sink, I know for a fact, and you'll have to hear the story about my, I flooded my father-in-law's basement when that was very funny, but maybe some other day we'll tell that story. It's kind of long, but I'm gonna go ahead and let this go. I've got about 1 minute and 50 seconds left, and then I'm going to rinse this off, remove my stickers, throw away the stickers, and then we'll be ready for the next level of etching. Okay, we are back, and isn't that beautiful? I've taken off my stickers, I've cleaned this thoroughly, rinsed it thoroughly, and then I cleaned it with alcohol water and a paper towel. I just put the alcohol water in a spray bottle. Pretty awesome, huh? So you can see where the stickers were put on the piece, that it preserved the dichro. Everything that was exposed went away, and it's black. Why is it black? Because it's on black glass. Remember, dichroic is just bullseye glass, guys, with a dichroic coating on here that CVS puts on there, and then once you take the dichroic, you just have the glass, all right? So that's good. Now, we'll go to the next piece, the next layer. This is the top layer, and what you want to do is find the dichroic side of the glass, okay? So I've done my pen trick. Now it's very hard to see with another piece underneath, so get rid of that, or just rather turn it over. And you want to find the dichroic side. There's my reflection. The points are touching. When I say the points, I want to be clear here. It's the point of the tool and the reflection of the point of the tool. The points are touching. How can I get this up here? Because if you etch the wrong side of the glass, you're going to get frustrated. And I don't want that to happen. I want you to have a blast, okay? Can you guys see that? Yeah. There it is, okay? Now watch the difference. I'm going to keep it way up here. See how the points, reflections here. Points are touching. Now turn it over. I got some smudge on there. I'll clean that off. But okay, now I've got, see the gap between there? See the gap between the reflection and the actual tool? That's because it's the clear side of the glass. See that? See that, guys? Okay, one side is the coating and the other side is nothing. It's just the glass, all right? So you'll just see it after a while. It's all good. All right, now what I need to do is I need to be able to see. If you cannot if you cannot see your design underneath, then you should not be using that dichroic, because silver and rainbow 2 and emerald, those are very, very hard to see, everybody, okay? The coating is so thick. Don't use that for reverse etching. So now, remember the song? What is it? Black is black, black on black. In other words, my black marker is going to draw over on the third layer the black parts that I see through here. Okay, so I've got some intricate stuff. See how that's intricate? That's a narrow kind of space right there. That's black. I'm going to put it on here, and I'm going to go to my fine point Sharpie. Oh, guys, I don't think you realize where this can take you. I was going to do a 4-layer etch, and then I thought, oh boy, that's really going to confuse them. So maybe we'll have to do something, I don't know, but this is really spectacular. So what I want to do is I'm tracing, and color in as you go so you don't get lost. I'm tracing the design underneath, the outline of it, and then I am coloring in the black parts that I see underneath, everybody, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm outlining this heart because it's a little bit, detailed right here. You're not coloring in You're not coloring in, you're coloring outside. Remember, the black marker goes on the black parts you see underneath. You know, I'll say it 1,000 times if I have to because I want you to get it. And it's difficult, okay? It's difficult. So a lot of times what I'll do is I will outline everything and then I'll pull the glass like off to start like this, to start coloring it in. And then I've outlined so much detail that I don't know what's the inside and the outside. So I want you to color as you go, all right? Color as you go. Try not to move your piece around underneath. Okay? I'm outlining. And then I color what, so I see this black underneath, and that's the area that I want to color black on black, black on black. Even if you want to do a rush job, you know, while the glass is on here, and then you can take it off and color it in a little bit better, so you don't have to worry about, you know, moving the glass and not matching up the design underneath. Okay, okay. So I'll do that. I'll show you what I mean by that. This is hard for me to see what I usually get really close, guys. Get your readers on if you wear readers and get in there. See how that, see I keep on moving it. That's going to be a problem. Okay, black on black. There's a tight little area. That's why you want to be careful with those, you know, stickers. You don't want to do something so detailed where you can't, you know, trace it over the top there. All right, so I'm going to, I'm just looking because there's some gold is really strong right there. There we go, I got it. I got it, guys. Okay. Black, black. Black underneath should be black on top. Mimicking, tracing, it's all you're doing. All right, so I'm going to take this down. You can kind of see what I have going on here. Now, if you do a haphazard job with a Sharpie, what's going to happen is, you know, you'll have some spots that bleed through. If you want it to be real crisp, you got to make sure it's colored in nicely. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm going to color this in super nice. Now I don't have to worry about the piece underneath here. I'm going to kind of fake that one right there. Okay, and then go ahead and, you know, get the big Sharpie when you can because it gives you a broader line. Okay. There we go. See how much, and it really blacks it out. I don't like to use the fine point to color in because it gets real sketchy. And I've done pieces that look sketchy and that's kind of cool, but I really want this to be nice and clean. So see how the broad marker just really gives you some nice lines and doesn't look sketchy because any part of that Dichro that's showing is going to be removed with the etching cream. So I'm going to try to really black this out nicely so I don't have, you know, sketchy lines. And boy, is this hard at this angle. I will tell you that. Now, we want to make sure that this Sharpie is fully dry. So I usually wait about 5 minutes to etch. So the first layer you're etching with the stickers, and the second layer you're always using the Sharpie. Okay? That's for reverse etching. So you can make any sticker design, anything you want. And we've got some fantastic stuff. And I think I lost my way here, so nope, I'm good. All right, so I'm gonna just see what I did. I didn't know what part was the inside and the outside, so I had to go check on the piece because I'm yapping. All right, and so I think that looks pretty good. It's the opposite, right guys? See the opposite there? Isn't that cool? So it's confusing. You're like, wait a minute. You'd etched the wrong one, but I didn't, okay? So my black parts match up. Here's my black part here, and here's my black part here. The black part being the glass, the black part being my Sharpie here. Black on black. Black on black, okay? So let's go ahead and remove this right there. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and add the etching cream, and then we're gonna match them up and make sure you clean just wonderfully. Now, let's say you really botch it here. I see that I went into my heart. The glare is just terrible, and I'm trying to keep this. It's either I got to give you a glare or me a glare, and I chose myself. So I really botched the heart right there because I was trying to point it towards you, and I messed it up. But so I'm not going to take a chance. This is a piece of dichroic. It's not inexpensive. It's not expensive, but small, but you know what I mean. So I would wash this off. Sharpie wafts off very easily, and I would just start over. For time's sake, I'm not going to. I'm going to etch it anyway. But if you mess it up, start over. Why would you etch it anyway and ruin your beautiful piece of dichroic, okay? So now I'm going to go ahead and put the etching on. Now, this is what I was talking about. If you etch the wrong side of the glass, what will happen is you'll rinse this off, the glass will be cloudy, and you won't see your swirly design here. You'll just see the same piece of dichroic that you started with. You might go, what the heck is that? That means you etched the wrong side of the glass. It's no big deal. Just rinse it off and start over. This etching cream lasts forever. You don't need a huge big gob on there. I just bring it across. See? You can always scoop it back into the jar. If you have an abundance on here, just scoop it back into the jar. All right, so the black mask is going to block that etching cream, and what's left is going to be dichroic, and it's going to match up with this perfectly. So let's go ahead, put the timer on, 3 minutes, 30 seconds, let's go. All right, I'm back. I've cleaned thoroughly. I got a little bit of spots of the black Sharpie. That's going to burn off, guys. Don't sweat that stuff, okay? Just wipe it off, but clean it with alcohol. Make sure that etching cream is gone and cleaned thoroughly. So let's look at it so you can not get confused here. There is the opposite of the design underneath, guys, okay? In a different color. Isn't that awesome? I love this. I haven't done this forever, and I feel excited about it again. So if you look right here, it'll match up like a glove, okay? See that? So now we've got the swirl showing underneath, and then on a different layer, which causes a massive amount of depth, you can still see the design underneath, and the opposite parts, the negative area, is filled in with a different color dichroic. It's beautiful, guys. It's wonderful. One sticker sheet can yield so many pendants. I don't know, 10? I mean, that's a lot, guys. You're talking cents here. The etching cream goes a long way. You know, make 1-inch ones from the 4x4 dichroic. That's 16 pendants. Maximize your money, all right? So that's that. Again, I will show you how to, finish these up. So far we've got this and this done. And I'm going to go show you one more, but I'm not going to go through the whole process until the end, because I'm going to show you how to get, I'm talking real detailed, real special stuff here with your own flair on it. I'll show you how I cut, and then I'll speed through the etching process. I'm going to do like I call the melon shape, and so you might want to watch that. But so that's that, okay? And then we're going to go ahead. I still have to grind this one. Do I have one that's cold worked? Yeah, kind of. That's better, but we're going to do this one next, okay? I really love this melon shape. I love it, all right? So we're going to do that, and then I will show you how to finish these up and get this very cool shimmer effect on top. I'm going to come super close. I don't know. Nah, the camera's not going to buy it, guys. But it's got a really cool shimmer. It's almost grainy looking on top. That's from the clear powder, all right? But if you add too much, you're going to have a cloudy mess. So let me show you the proper way. Don't think that you know if you haven't done it before, because it's going to be, you'll ruin a piece. You could completely ruin the piece. Okay, so let's do the melon slice piece, guys, with extra flair detail. All right, here we go. Last project, guys, and then we'll sum it up. This is a hairspray that I'm going to use to put everything together, but I use the cap from the hairspray. I'm a big fan of coming up with some cool shapes on my own, using jewelry templates so they're not all squares and rectangles. But I take the cap on here, and what I'm going to do is, I'm going to make this one rather big so it's easy to see on camera. I'm going to trace the cap so you get like that melon slice. You can do this with anything that has a cap in your house, okay? All right, so I have that. So here's the beauty of thin glass. Let me show you guys something real quick. This is a semicircle, which you're not supposed to be able to cut in one foul swoop. You definitely will not be able to do this in standard glass without getting all the flares and or breaking the glass. But I'm actually going to cut on the dichro side. I'm going to cold work, so I'm not too scared of that. I know a lot of people have been taught not to do that because you could chip the glass, but if your pressure point's okay, you'll be okay. So I'm actually scoring this, and I'm turning the piece to accommodate the glass scorer, okay? My pistol grip here. So I'm turning the piece. This is going to be difficult to show on camera. My hand's going to be in the way, all right? Okay, now, See that? I've got my score lines. What I'm going to do is make a relief score coming right out here and coming right there, okay? I want to preserve my Dichro, so I'll use that later. So just some scrap I had lying around. Now, cool. Check this out. Turn it over. Use the end of your Sharpie and just, you know, the score line's about right here. Check it out. It just breaks out. See? That's how easy that is, okay? There we go. All right, so there's my shape. I don't even have a flare, guys. Is that awesome or what? So now I do need to cut a piece of base glass, and then I need to decide on my clear dichroic. So this is the cyan stripes. I like how this goes, and then I've got the sunset blend here. Oh no, this is tropical rays. Clear, and I'm going to trace these two out, and we will get etching, and I'm going to show you some special sticker details. So you definitely want to come back for that. All right, so we've got our three. We've got our base, black glass. We've got our black dichroic, okay, and I've just used these other ones to trace onto the glass to get the same shape. And then we have our clear back dichroic, which is up, up, and away, okay? Up, up, other words, dichro up, and away from each other. Not this way, right side up, guys. Once you find the side of the dichroic, you gotta make sure it's up, okay? All right, so the other one, I just showed you how to take stickers and basically, you know, pull the sticker off and go one to one. Now, what if you have a piece that's very detailed and you don't want to take the sticker off with all, like, look at all these little parts right here. Look at all these little parts. Are you going to go ahead and take these off one by one and put them in there? Heck no. No, you're not. I've got a way that'll work for you, all right? So what I want you to do is take the shape of your piece. So I'm going to do this half a flower design, okay? And again, this will be in your supply list. It's either on the page that you're watching right now on the video. Look, scroll down to the end of the page. It shows all the supplies. But you're going to want to buy much more than one sticker sheet because you're going to have a blast with this. All right. So what I do is I trace the design. You guys are going to love this one, okay? I trace it, all right? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut the design out. All right, this part is important. So let's call this the super duper advanced piece because that's kind of what it is, right? The grand finale. I'm going to show you how to play with the stickers a little bit here. All right, so I cut these out. Now, first thing first, there's a lot of little bits here. So I have to dissect this sticker, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and take out, there's a background. These is all little parts, okay? I want to transfer the parts over here, which I'll show you how to do that with tape. But I'm going to pull this background. We don't need this background here. That's going to be the dichro. So pull this background out. Always pull the background out, okay? There we go. And then each sticker has an outline. I'm going to take that out too. You can put this on a sticker sheet and use it later if you want, but I don't want that. I need big parts for the stickers. So I'm not going to now, see we've got an outline here. I just dropped it. Okay, that could be used for something else later, but we're not doing that, all right? We need a good size mask here. Now I have all these little parts right here. What a nightmare that would be to transfer it from here to here. This guy's, I'm going to take that guy off because I don't want him there, okay? All right, so remember the design that's left, you know, this is going to mask the dichro for your first layer here. So whatever is masked is not going to be etched. Now, how the heck would you get this to this? You could go one by one and you will quit this technique after the first time. Or what you can do is take some, I like the blue tape, guys. The blue tape works just fine for this. I find it's just tacky enough, and I always get the 2-inch wide, okay, so it can cover all designs. Take a piece off, and I'll show you a little trick. Are you kidding me? Is that my end? Oh boy, we're gonna have to get it on the first shot. Okay, so I've got my piece of tape right here. What I'm going to do is, because my sticker is the shape of the pendant, this is the easy way to do this, all right? I'm going to put the sticker, so this is the tacky side of the tape, and you're going to put that against the sticker side, not that side, so it's sticker side to tacky side, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to use the edge of this tape. Check this out, all right, for a straight edge here. Now, I take my Sharpie, just so we can have good placement, and I trace, lightly trace the design as a guide on the tape so I know where to put my piece, okay? So it's sticky side of the tape to the sticker side of the design. So it should look just like this. The white backing should be showing, and then your blue tape. Now I want you to burnish it with your thumb, okay? Burnish with your thumb. That's to make it stick. And then I don't want you to rip, I want you to slowly peel. Okay, you can see, look at even the little bits. Here it is, here it is, here it is. All right, nice job, Tanya. Now I've got this design, I need to get it to the glass, all right? So by tracing on here, guys, check it out. By tracing on here, I know exactly where to put my shape. Turn it around, do the same thing. Burnish, burnish, burnish. All right, now you'll get it, guys. You don't quit, you don't give up. You just keep on doing it until you get it. Guess what? It's the only way this works. So if you messed up something and it didn't work, go back and review the steps in the video. I'm going to leave the video for free for you guys, okay? All right, so now I really burnish it onto the glass because the tape is less tacky now because I've been handling it. So this is where you might have a little bit of a snag. It's not really a snag, but what else are we going to call it? Okay, see how I'm peeling back. I'm not ripping it off. Peeling back slowly. Even the little parts are transferring. Check it out, guys. Seriously, guys? Yeah, that's awesome. Come on now. All right, first shot. Now, here's the deal. I want to put etching cream on this, just like I did on Project 2, but I know that all this exposed dichroic is going away, all right? So now we're going to soup it up a little bit. I'm going to put some accents. What are these Sharpies for? These Sharpies are to mask the dichroic. So on this layer, I'm going to put some accents here. We'll just make it very simple. And this is really customizing your work. And I'm going to put some dots right here. So wherever these dots are, this is the etching cream will not get through there, and it will preserve the dichro right there. All right? Okay, so let's put some nice dots. This is why I like to have all different kinds of Sharpies. And I'm just kind of doodling a little bit. All right, I'm giving myself a little bit more work when I get to the next layer, but that's okay because this is going to be super customized. Now, all of this dichro is going away. Is that okay with me? So all this will be black. So I'll have a lot to color in. I feel like I just need a little bit more embellishment. So I'm going to go jump over to the big Jumbotron marker here, and I'm just going to put some simple kind of wisps like this. See that, guys? Just some wisps right here. That means that this will be dichroic when I'm done etching. Now remember, when you've got a nice fat fresh marker like this, as I do, give the marker 5-10 minutes to dry, guys, before you etch. Otherwise you're just going to smear the marker. Now I feel like I want to fill those in. See, it just kind of just becomes your own, guys. I hope you understand. I hope that everybody made it this far, right? For those of you who stuck in, this is going to be the good stuff, right? Okay, so I'm going to let that dry for a minute, and then I'm going to etch. And I'm going to do that very quickly, and then I'm going to show you how to do the third layer, and we're going to be even more crazier with the third layer. So let's go ahead and speed up the camera, and I'll etch. All right, guys, look at this beauty, all right? I apologize for the darker clip here, but this is what I have to do in order to not get that glare on the dichro. I have to turn the lights off in the filming room, so it's getting later in the day, so bear with me. Okay, so there it is. So my stickers masked out for the flower design. I have that little design with the dots put right here. So the Sharpies are a mask for the dichroic. Mask meaning blocking out the rest, blocking out your, mask hides it. And then I have my stickers. So stickers and Sharpie are masks, and we're combining the two. Okay, now, cleaned very well with alcohol and water. I usually clean them twice. Now I take my dichro, and I know this is the side that's up because I've tested that. And see how you can see through there? So where is black on black come into play? Right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to black on black. In other words, take my black marker and trace the black parts that I see underneath. So I'm going to do that quickly, and then we're going to speed up the camera, but then I'm going to show you how to add some extra detail. So stick around here. We're almost done, guys. Bear with me. Okay, so I've taken my Sharpie and I've blacked all of this out. Black on black. So in other words, the only thing on this, so there it is right here. Okay, there's the bottom layer. Excuse me, the bottom dichro layer. It's actually layer 2. I've etched this. I've got my black parts showing. So then I take my clear on the top and I match up the black parts. Black being the Sharpie, and tracing the black parts and filling them in underneath. So on that last layer, all you should see is the dichroic image that you've made, which we can see. Now, we're going to soup this up just a tad, okay? Before I etch this and match them up together and fire them, then I'm going to show you how to add the final touches to the pendants with some powder. What I want you to do is, if you feel like, if you get really spunky, what you can do is, let's take this guy, and I'm hoping we're gonna come out just a little bit. It's looking a little bit blurry to me, guys. Hold on. Of course I went the wrong way. Why wouldn't I? Okay, so you're gonna see, remember, the Sharpie is the dichroic mask. That's the mask. So whatever I lay down in my Sharpie design, after I wash it, you know, for example, if this was a piece of dichroic right here, and I went like this for a star, and I etched it, what's going to be dichroic? The star. So your Sharpie is a mask, which means that is what's going to be the dichroic glass. So I started really getting nuts and adding my own details. It's all lined up right now, and I've got these flower petals right here. So why not take your Sharpie and add some little accents to the flowers? Can you guys see that? Just those little lines, those little flower lines that are often drawn in on flower designs. And it'll etch all of this, but it will keep these little accents in dichroic. It's awesome, guys. I'll put a little swirl in the center here. All right, really give it that handmade touch. That realistic look, okay? So anything that's black is going to be dichro when I'm done etching this. So I've got some little accents. Don't attempt this third project, and this is also a very intricate design, until you've done the other ones a couple times. Start with the black splatter, just so you only have to etch one layer, then go to the next ones with the stickers. And then, you know, this is with the transfer with the tape, and then plus the little accents, what have you. So I'm gonna go ahead and etch this, give that black marker a few minutes to stay, and then I'm gonna show you how to finish these up. Okay, here we go. Let's get a look at this. Let's look at it on a piece of black glass so you can really see the detail work here. I'm gonna try to lift this up, see if we can get a good shot. Yeah, it looks awesome. And truthfully, I could have done, I gotta get that in there. It's that glare is just terrible, and we're in the dark here. I'm almost in the dark at this point. It's 5:30 here. Come on, baby. There we go. I could have done a better job black marking out, to be honest, but really, truthfully, it's getting very dark and hard for me to see in this room. So, but it looks awesome. You can see the details of the flowers. I'm going to try to take a still photo. I won't be able to see how good or bad this is, guys, until we get into the editing program, but I've got the dots here. I mean, it's just awesome. It's just awesome, all right? So let's see if it fits like a glove. So there we have the positive etching, and then there we have the negative etching. Oh, yes, baby, okay? So dichroic is surround, look, it's perfect, beautiful. So absolutely awesome, guys. And then you're gonna go 1, 2, and 3. Make sure these pieces are cleaned very thoroughly. Sometimes I cut my bottom a little bit, not a lot of times, I cut my bottom piece, which is just black glass, thin black glass, a little bigger, so when it melts, I get a nice black kind of outline on that. Let me see, I've got a finished piece right here. You can see how this is black, you know, on the edges there. I like that to kind of frame it. So that's pretty awesome. And we're gonna get to the powdering and then finish this up. Okay, everybody, let's move on to the final step, which is powdering these guys. Now, what I'm going to do is use Bullseye. You could use, I'm out of clear right now. The Bullseye truck comes today, but I'm going to use crystal clear. That's fine. You don't have to use crystal clear. You can just use 1101 clear powder. Everybody put your mask on. And what I want you to do is get the nice red sifter so you have nice control. Don't use those T-ball infusers. It's going to come out too fast. If you put too much powder on here as a coating for your top later, what's going to happen is it's going to turn out cloudy. Powder is mostly comprised of air, and if it's layered on top of each other, the air has no way to completely come out, so it forms a nice cloudy bubble for you, which is not so nice, and you don't want that. So what I'm going to do is get a little bit of powder in here, and now here's what the situation is. I want you to tap your sifter. Don't use the handle to vibrate. I want you to tap the sifter. Let's move these out of the way. You can see exactly how much I'm putting. Very thin coat. You should still be able to see the dichro through here. Okay, very thin coat. See that, guys? You can still see the dichro through here. Okay, so that's one. There's my splatter piece. I should have done that one first, I guess. Okay, just a very thin tapping, controlling, tapping and controlling. You can still see the Dichro design through, just barely. It's just like when you're walking in the snow and you make footprints in the snow and it's snowing outside and it comes down and it blankets your footprints you just made. Just enough to cover, you can still see your footprint, right guys? All right. Perfect. Okay, I can still see the dichroic coloring underneath. I'm going to take these to a full fuse. You'll get the schedule. And what that powder does is cause a very, very cool kind of sparkly shimmer. And I'm going to take some still shots of these for you guys so we can really get up close. But you can see it's kind of grainy, and I love that because what that is some spots have the depth and some spots it's just like raw dichro with no clear powder on it. That's how it melts, and it leaves this fantastic texture, and I love it. This one I actually just hand drew, guys. So this one right here, I did the bottom later with a Sharpie. I did a swirly swirl, and then I did my black on black. So don't forget black on black. I hope you guys have a great time. I hope you've enjoyed this. I tried to keep it as short as I can. Please visit aaeglass.com. Please support us. We are continuing to making free videos for the community, and they are quality ones. The content is quality. We know what we're doing over here, guys, and we thank you so much. Bye-bye.